Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's get a little bit different ambience going here. Everyone in the play, the
Oh no, not yet. Hang on a sec.
the thing. I should just pin it to the.
No, I got it. I have it bookmarked. I just forgot to bring it open. All right, I'm good now.
Okay. Is everyone else in the online player? Let me just. There it is. It is now pinned in our discussion channel.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's get back to. All right, so as you all, I'm sure, vividly recall from last session, you had fought an entity from the long dark that climbed aboard your ship. This was unlike anything you had seen before, and after defeating it, you kind of got on the same page with your newest party member, at least a little bit on the same page. She was a stowaway under the ship, seeking a passage away from somewhere. She has yet to reveal too much about her past, but the only thing you do garner from the small little bits of conversation you had with her is that she claims that she is dirt poor, not a noble whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
With their golden crusted
Yeah.
horns.
Definitely believed it. Definitely did an insight check immediately,
You know, my forgetfulness actually totally is on par with her just not knowing the ways of the world and not being very good at it.
The sound effects and music aren't too loud, are they?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So really just a little bit of RP was at the ending of last session. And I believe that you were continuing your travels to Stormreach Port in search of Sharali's missing sister.
Yep.
All right. And I think we ended up having you all bed down for the evening.
Yes.
Unless I'm wrong.
Well, I didn't sleep. I just kind of stared at everybody while they slept. But, same
Very
difference.
creepily, I bet.
I mean, hey, that's what you gotta do when you don't sleep. I gotta pull an Edward Cullen, right?
That's right.
That tracks.
So creepy.
Just giant yellow eyes staring at you.
Does Sharali want to enter the Roll20? So that she can make rolls and shit?
No. Maybe, how about no rolls? No rolls today. That's okay.
No rolls?
No rolls today.
I just hope that my rolls are better today.
Damn.
We choose to auto-fail rolls today.
I do too.
Who's
right.
we?
So let's pick it up. You guys are enjoying your sleep, tossing and turning with the ship as it navigates the waters of the Heartflow. The little bit of light that is shining through some of the cracks in the hull of the ship, they just signify that reddish orange hue of the eclipse high in the sky. Let me just roll something here on the side. Just to make sure. Just to make sure about something. Okay, middle of the road. Good. Good. The rest of the night goes uneventful. Other than sometimes, like the crashing of waves up against the hull rather harshly will awaken you from time to time. But regardless, you sleep through the night. And those of you who do not need as much sleep, do you want to do anything while the rest are sleeping?
Can I just stare at this girl's like golden horns and see if I see any arcane patterns or anything like that? I know I saw her do magic, but I don't know if Sharali is entirely sure what kind of magic we're talking about. Like, would it be anything that I recognize? Mystery.
Well, first, does Liliana have any such things on her horns for you to see?
As I recall, she did. Or did she take them off?
Her horns? Take them off?
So,
no, I'm talking about the gold on the horns.
Oh, I see.
So, like, she has golden crested horns, but there's not there's no symbols or anything.
Nothing
it's
interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
but I'm just starting off looking creepy, I guess.
No, it's just like kind of at the base, like, and then like kind of fades as it gets taller up to the top of her horns.
Right. You can roll me a quick Arcana check. I can give you a little bit of information depending on what you got.
Okay.
At least judging by
let's see how well this goes.
what you've learned in your studies.
We've already established that I'm a massive nerd.
You
in and out of game. So.
Well, it's interesting because some of the things that... Okay, yeah, see, that's...
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll take that score. That's a 19 on the die?
Let me just double check. 1d20 with your proficiency plus 6. Yeah, that tracks. And you rolled a 19. Okay. I just wanted to double check that the macro was working correctly. Because that's a pretty big roll for a level 4. Anyways.
I was about to say, there was one, I remember my wisdom thing was wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was the only thing that was wrong.
So, from what you've experienced with other spellcasters in your travels, is that, well, there's very large distinctions between a wizard drawing their spells from tomes of magic and scripture and any kind of maybe scroll use. And then there's other kinds of magic that are drawn from different sources that can range widely. This one, you would guess that judging by the force involved with the spell, as well as the fact that you didn't see any material components being used, and you don't remember seeing any kind of weird energy about it. You're willing to guess that she's probably a sorceress.
Okay. I'll do with that information what I will.
She looked like she drew her power innately. And from what you know, it is rumored that sorceress or sorcerers have dragon lineage, the blood of dragons flowing in their veins. But anyways, so yeah, what do you do?
Is that like all sorcerers?
There's...
Because I thought that was only Dragonborn. Am I crazy?
So in like Eberron and Forgotten Realms lore, it's rumored, at least. It's believed.
Okay.
It's almost like a superstition or something, a way to explain how someone's capable of doing that.
Okay, cool. I don't know a whole lot about the actual lore, so I was like, oh, is that true?
No, it doesn't mean that you have dragon blood in your veins. It just simply means that your blood houses innate power that some believe comes from dragons.
Yeah, I believe that's like the most common one too.
Okay.
Yep. Some sorcerers can claim their power by being sort of god-touched, or maybe born of celestial or baleful essence, shit like that.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So regardless, it's innate. You don't know where it comes from.
All right.
And
I will be investigating
yeah.
until you tell me what's going on.
So you're just gonna hover over her, watching her sleep, and
Oh, I'm hovering over all of them, watching them sleep.
okay.
When they wake up, it's gonna be like bright yellow cat eyes looking at them, just like wide-eyed, because I start like wide-eyed meditating while I'm just sitting awake all these hours. So I'm just sitting cross-legged, eyes wide open, staring at all of them.
Earning some points with your teammates, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you do that, and the time passes, dawn returns, and I'm going to say that your travels are able to get you to the port just by the time you wake up. So, let's get some change of music here.
So I was like, wow, this music, like this rain sounds so real. I can't believe like my headphones are doing such a good job. I just lifted my headphones. It's rainy. It's pouring outside.
Oh,
Like this is such a good like wow. This sounds so real.
The funny thing, though, throughout the night, the storm never stops. It does subside a little bit, gets less intense, and it just turns to a medium pour, if you will, by the time you get to Stormreach Port. The sun kind of pokes out through some clouds, at least the clouds, I should say, uncover where the sun and the moon are.
I don't know.
And a little bit of light sheds down in front of you, illuminating. Wait, where is it? Haha.
Ooh.
So, the captain of the ship summons all hands on deck for docking, and he just yells out, you lot, get your stuff. This is your stop."
Nope, I get ready.
Sylvan is going to just kind of rub the sleep from her eyes and just grab her small bag of stuff, get ready to go.
Okay. I was trying to fiddle with the orientation of the map, and unfortunately it wasn't letting me, so I just decided to fiddle with the orientation of the compass. So just FYI, the south is north and the north is south.
Black is east, down.
Okay, so let's get party location. So the ship, there's only 2 piers, but they're quite large. The north side of the town, or the port town, I should say, is all beach line, sandy beach line. You can actually see a number of citizens, like families and toddlers, as well as a couple of guards standing not too far away from the edge of the water, and some of them playing, some of them digging around, some of them just kind of running about and just enjoying the morning.
It's the beach episode, guys.
No, this is not the beach episode, unfortunately. So when you pull up and the ship crew throws ropes over the side and ties up to the moors, the gangplank gets thrust into place, and you're able to leave the ship after about maybe half hour or so of docking procedures. And as soon as you step off the boat going down the gangplank. A older human with long grayish hair approaches. He's got some scruffle on his chin. Looks like he hasn't shaved in a couple of days. And he kind of has a chapped face and squints a little bit as he approaches. And you all notice that he's got a bit of a limp too. And he's wearing what looks to be some kind of badge on his lapel that looks like a fishing hook with sort of a sun backdrop. And as soon as you touch your feet onto the pier, he just walks right up and says, "Names?"
I beg your pardon?
Your name, please, ma'am.
Sylvan.
Guild.
He's fervently writing in his little ledger.
Sharali?
Lily.
Got it. What business do you have in Stormreach Port? If you're all separate and have your own, I'll take each statement separately.
Recreation.
Yeah, it's well, Sylvan is going to look directly back at Sharali at this point.
I did the same.
Recreation.
He squints a little bit more as if he couldn't really do so before, and he jots it down. He says, "All right, all that's left is a matter of payment."
I beg your pardon?
Yes, there is a tax involved.
There's
A tax
a tax.
A tax from whom, if I may ask?
All newcomers to the port.
Sir, excuse me. Surely you can't be serious. We are coming here on pleasure, and we are going to spend our hard-earned gold here in this town. So, surely that could be our tax, not us paying to get on your dock.
Roll me if you have persuasion, cool. If you don't, it's just a straight up charisma check.
Can I try and help?
Well, I was about to be. I was
Can
also
I-
going to try to
can I use
persuade him, but if you're going to do it, I can try and help.
You all can roll a group check to help.
That was
Can
my
I
Okay,
roll
cool.
intimidation?
my charisma sucks. So you guys are gonna have to save this.
Can
My
I roll-
rolls are
Hang
so
on.
bad.
I know mine too.
What was that, Emma?
Every time.
Can I roll intimidation?
Resolve this first, and then if that doesn't work, I'll allow intimidation.
1v1 me, bitch.
How the heck am I a charisma-based caster and my charisma rolls have been abysmal?
Because luck.
Okay, well,
Oh my god, what is
I'm
happening?
gonna walk past all of these weaklings, apparently. Cross my arms, look at this guy, and go, "Sir, with all due respect, we bring no imports, we bring no business. All I want to do is lay on that beach and forget that all of my problems exist."
Aye,
And
that's
that's
just the
exactly-
problem. You all got problems, and
no.
you're bringing them here.
Oh, those problems will exist when I leave this island, or when I leave this port.
Tell
And
that
they
to
will-
old Brent Left Hand. He's in
they
jail
exist-
now.
Sir, with all due respect, I will be going past you to lay on that beach, whether you remain on this dock or you end up at the bottom of this river.
You see him wave his hand
You
up in the
can
air, and
decide.
coming up behind him moments later are a couple of
I don't-
guards.
Crap!
Okay.
I can't roll my intimidation now. Crap.
You can just go ahead.
Maybe
Oh
you
god,
can
it's
take your
gonna,
shoes.
it's gonna.
Yeah, take his shoes and throw them in the water.
Hey, that was not. I'm starting anew. It's gonna be bad just because
This is a new
it's
life, damn it.
appropriate.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go. There we
Nice,
go.
nice roll. That was
All right,
good.
so his hand is midair, getting ready. You can see the guards and then he just waves the guards away. And
yeah.
go ahead.
No, sorry. I was gonna make an off-topic comment. Go ahead.
And he says, "All right, ma'am, just keep your knickers on. We don't want to cause a scene. There's already enough trouble here as of late."
And I promise, we shall not be part of the trouble.
"Please make
I
it
will.
so."
However, I will not be paying some arbitrary tax. Go on, bother the next traveler. Have a lovely day. And I go and walk past him.
The guards are there too, huh?
They're sort of standing maybe 50 feet away, watching others walking by with their stuff and just keeping an eye on things, making sure things are, safe and secure.
If I might ask, sir, how much is the tax?
Just 5 gold.
Ew.
All right.
Well, we have this pier requires upkeep, and we get a lot less ships docking these days. What with the eclipse and trade routes being disrupted, pirates and such, it's only a tax to survive, not a tax to extort.
I certainly understand that, sir. I'm going to hand him the 5 gold at this point, and I'm going to ask him also... Oh, by the way, do you know of any art dealers in town that I might be able to sell some paintings from?
You won't find too much art here. And you said your name was Sylvand?
Yes.
Sorry. We don't have too many artists here, and if there are any, they're most likely not important enough to get noticed.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll hand him the 5 gold, just to kind of ease our way through this, considering the guards are fairly close by.
Now, to remind everyone, why are you seeking an artist?
Because I have those paintings that I got from our kill.
Right. You can probably take those to... here we go. What he'll do is...
Are they worth 25 at any shop that will buy them? Is that how it works?
So there's probably gonna... It depends on the disposition of the shop owner, the need for the items, and how much gold they have on hand.
Okay.
So what he's gonna say is, artists, no, but if you go to the bazaar, you could maybe find someone who's willing to buy them.
Ah, thank you.
The vendors at the bazaar, they change daily. Sometimes we'll get some merchants who come through and stay for weeks, whereas others simply leave after a day.
Excellent. Thank you for that information. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And the name is Hans, and if you need me, I'll be here.
Thank you.
My
Alright,
bad
let's
decisions
go.
always find a way of making me feel bad after I make them.
So
We're
sure.
not going to have any violent encounters right off the bat in this thing, okay?
Hey, that wasn't violent.
I-
I was just saying that's stupid to get taxed right off the bat when I don't live here.
Just to reiterate for everyone, what is Sharali's alignment?
I'm pretty sure she's a true neutral.
Okay.
If I,
True neutral. So, I mean, that's not exactly out of her wheelhouse acting like that, so.
it's really not.
Okay.
I don't remember.
No.
Where is her alignment?
It's on your sheet, first page. Sorry, background page. So you walk the length of the pier, everybody, with your things, and eventually you emerge into sort of a boardwalk section where there's a lot of crates, supplies, barrels, all this different storage that's lined up along the boardwalk. There's a number of storage buildings that are just beyond and to your left running along the pier. This whole area is bustling with both presumably townies, as well as just people who are passing through. All manners of different kinds of people. You're able to pick out most all of the major races.
Okay.
No sign of any taller than me, red-haired, red-skinned tieflings.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Great! The best skill I have.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Okay.
Tell me, Sharali, where would your sister likely be if she were here? Where would she go?
Well, she's probably either in jail or doing something morally illicit. One of the two.
Okay.
Your sister does morally illicit things?
Who doesn't?
I don't.
Oh, well, look who's so perfect.
I'm gonna walk up to her
Oh,
immediately and say,
jeez.
"Hi, I'm Sylvan."
Wait, what'd you say?
I'm gonna walk up to you directly and say, "Hi, I'm Sylvan."
I'm
As
Lily.
you're talking about the morally illicit things.
We're talking about some morally illicit things. What are you guys talking about?
Hey, come on.
Theft, thievery, buggery.
Not thievery.
So, with that perception check, there's just too many people. It's chaos.
Yeah.
Out of the entire crowd, there's no one that fits that description.
Great.
And you see a
Incredible
whole
stuff.
manner, all ranging from old to young, kids running around. Anyways,
Great start to this.
how would you all like to proceed? You're now in a strange place with no direction.
I'm open to suggestions. Maybe we should find a place to put our things down and get ready for the evening. What time is it anyway? It's morning time, right?
Yep, it's about 8:30/9ish in the morning. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna find like the closest passerby and just ask them where the local tavern and inn is.
Sure, you see a guy carrying a large sack over his shoulder. What do you say?
I say, "Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me where we could find the inn?
Oi,
Possibly the pub."
there are two separate things, lad. The first being the tavern, the Golden Kraken. Just follow the beach. It's right about the center of it. And then the Wind's Whale. That's where you'll be staying. That's
Great.
You see that big rock back there, and of course you look to where he's pointing, and there is a massive, I guess it's a rock face / cliff face that borders the entire back perimeter of the port town. And you notice that there's a excuse me, that it sort of runs south and continues into this sort of sorry, I'm coughing. 1 second.
No problem.
This sort of overgrown pathway that seems to lead away from the port town. He says that it's like the Wind's Whale. If you just head into the corner, and he points sort of towards this direction. It's the only building with a red roof.
Great, thank you, sir. And I'm gonna gesture for the party to, get on towards the inn, so we can check in, and then possibly the tavern.
Sounds good to me.
Yep, I nod to follow.
If we're looking to talk to people about stuff, we gotta go there.
All right, which way would you like to go first? You said along the beach line, about halfway, you'll be able to spot it.
Yeah, maybe we can go the beach line and cut through at the end.
Please.
Because maybe we can get an idea of what the Golden Kraken's like walking by.
Would it be okay if I joined you all? I don't really have anywhere else to go.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay, so just to give everyone a little rundown of the area, the buildings are composed mostly of stone. The upper floors are wooden. It's very clustered, very tight knit. There's a lot of narrow rows and alleys between the buildings, and the roofs of each are usually slanted or sort of, there's like a coping on the top, and it just runs diagonally in opposite directions on most of them. So it's, I can't remember what that's called. Gabled roof. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Everything seems to be pretty low. There's no hill portions or any kind of like risen areas. It's all sea level, basically. But the only section that is kind of set apart from the rest of the town is this section over here. There's a slight rise and almost a stone platform that's built all the way out that meets at the base of a large rock face. And on the top of that rock face is a tower. It looks, by all accounts, like it might have been a lighthouse or something at one point, but as of right now, it looks completely abandoned.
I was about to say guard tower or something. But it looks to... like no movement in and out of it or anything?
Nope, there's no lanterns. The portion where the lighthouse would have shined out into the sea looks to be boarded up.
Well, that seems kind of dangerous.
The stone structure itself, there's actually some pieces that are cracked or missing, and there's even a small hole in some sections. It looks to be just unkempt and not used for quite some time, so much so that it's just fallen into disrepair.
Very mysterious.
Well then. That's not very safe at all.
The other thing that you'll slightly notice is that from your position, you are able to see the lower portions of that platform right here. There are some buildings that are somewhat close to it, but there's a good expanse of just stone and open space that leads up to it, and there's nobody walking around near it at all. Not even a single person within at least 100 feet of it. Okay, so you decide to turn north and head slightly down towards the beach, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you push past a few people and go through some small wooden partitions that are built kind of like fences into the ground, and you go out onto a slightly rocky and mostly sandy area. There's a couple of...
Welcome to the East Coast.
Yeah. It's... Well, it's the North Coast.
Oh, sorry. I was talking to Chris because he's right now very excited about lightning. Because we don't get that in California, and so...
It's like,
You don't get lightning in California?
Yeah, because there's never storms.
Oh, no, that makes sense, yeah.
And so he's just like, was that lightning? And I said, yeah, welcome to the East Coast.
We get heat lightning, too, up in New
Yep.
England a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, same in upstate New York.
Yeah.
I get heat lightning and hurricanes. Hurricanes are actually very interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I agree.
Sorry.
Back to the game.
No, that's all right.
Back to the game.
So, looking to your left as you round the corner and see this beach line stretch before you, you can see that the waters are very blue, or rather a turquoise color. The winds and the rain are kind of pushing the waves up a little bit more than you would like for low tide. But otherwise, there's a lot of people on the beach, as I said, when you first arrived. They're not like sunbathing or anything. They're just running around having
fishing?
fun. Yeah, fishing.
Oh, having fun.
Skills, yeah, all that stuff.
So, do the like buildings just look like I'm imagining like little island buildings, you know? Like
Yeah, like small huts
yeah.
with maybe some of them are a mix of straw roofs and yep, I see what you're saying there. Yeah, that's mostly just these smaller buildings here. And then behind them you got the much larger, almost stone structures. And so, where would you like to head? Is there anyone here that you want to try and converse with, or if you're just looking for the Golden Kraken, we can say that you get there.
As we walk along, I think Lily's gonna be like, "This place is very rustic."
Okay. Let's do this. Once you get to about, yeah, there's good. You all kind of spot a shape in the water that's approaching the beach line. And you actually hear a small kid scream out loud.
Oh.
And they start running. You notice they start running very quickly away from the beach line towards probably their parent. You see a bunch of others gathering around where she was, and they're all kind of pointing and murmuring. And as you're all approaching, it seems that a body has washed ashore.
Running to go see who it is or what it is. Who, what, I don't know. We'll see
Same.
when we get there.
Um, I feel like Liliana is gonna again be very nervous because she less like 24 hours of being on her own, she has now been attacked by a monster. Now she's seeing a dead body. She's very confused. She's like, what have I gotten myself into?
We love the sheltered children. they're so great. I'm fairly certain that it's not Marcira's body, so I'm gonna run and see what it is.
Those of you who do, you all get close and you see that there's looks to be maybe 25, 30-year-old human male. Definitely been in the water for some time. He's a little bloated.
I want to roll a con saving throw to see if I vomit.
Oh man.
Anyone ever willingly made a con saving throw?
So, you do
21.
not. You do
wanna
not
do
at
it.
all.
Has anyone ever elected to be like, can I throw it?
You swallow it
Can I
back.
wiggle?
For the plot, okay? For the plot.
It
Just
is for the plot. Is there any magic I really should have gotten detect magic.
You really should have.
Wait, do I have it?
But it looks like he's been dead for days at this
don't.
point.
Potentially. Roll me an investigation. Anybody who has it.
Because I'm...
I do not have it.
Whoever
Because if
wants
you-
to investigate, I should say.
Because if he just recently died and is technically still living with 0 HP, I could do Spirit Dying. But doesn't seem like I can do that.
No, not right now. Sorry.
Oh, Got a lovely 2.
Give me 2 seconds.
I'm too busy not vomiting to investigate. Sorry.
1 sec. 1 sec. I do have.
As we
Okay.
continue in the adventure, Liliana might start to
Damn it, my
like
rolls
actually
tonight.
grow
Some of the
some
only-
thick skin.
No, why would she need that? That seems strange.
Why am my rolls poop?
I don't know. That's a really good question. One that I do not have the answer to.
Lily, what are you doing, baby?
So, you see the discovering parties. They're like shielding their kids from the site, and some of them are even running away up the beach to find a guard to report it. Meanwhile, you all are attempting to discern exactly what happened here, and you notice that his clothes are Geld, you notice that his clothes are kind of ragged, maybe a little patchy in some spots, and he's still wearing a belt with what appears to be maybe a scimitar or a rapier sheathed.
I
And
crouch down like I'm on CSI.
seems like this. I'm just kidding.
No idea what I'm doing at all. Just crouch down, fingers fold.
Raising the sunglasses over your head.
Could have drowned.
Stares off into the sunset.
Seems like this one came out of the water.
So
Sorry to interrupt.
no, it's all right. You turn him over, and you see that as you kind of part his long, kind of dark hair, you see that his face is bloated and sunken, and there's a number of dark veins that are running across his face.
Can I make an Arcana check?
You can.
I don't.
Enable me. Okay, that's not the worst I've ever done.
Could I
I'll roll
try
Arcana.
medicine
it's not-
check?
It's not great, but it's not bad.
Would you say, Geld?
Could I try a medicine check?
Sure. I'll take all of this. Okay. Well, starting off, Geld, you will start with you because yours is higher. The general consensus you can come up with is that you don't know precisely how he died, but it does appear that he suffered from some kind of physical malady before doing so. Liliana and Emma, you're noticing some similarities here that coincide with someone either being plain touched by the long dark or corrupted by something from it or its essence.
Does this remind me of the veins on Embrun?
A little bit,
Okay.
yes.
Put my CSI glasses back on and stand up.
Whatever happened with this individual most likely has something to do with the long dark.
As most things do.
Well, not everything, but definitely a lot of things.
Not everything, but a lot of things.
And before long, some guards rush over, and they proceed to pull him out of the water. And some officials eventually arrive. One of them looking to be a bit more well dressed than everyone else, actually. He's also wearing a badge on his lapel, but it's kind of similar to the Harbor Masters. It's got the hook with the sun background, but behind the sun, there's also the moon. Sort of like a black ring.
Hmm.
And as the guards, or rather the city guards take the body away, this guy, he's got really short black hair, almost buzzed. And he's wearing golden and black and white finery. Not particularly poofy, but definitely statement pieces. Like, they hug his physique. And there's a lot of regal designs and floral patterns on the fabric. And he looks maybe not pompous, but definitely capable of throwing his weight around.
Like noble or something.
Yeah.
I immediately hate him.
And as the guards take the body away on two planks with some fabric tied in between them, this man, this sort of well-dressed man, approaches all of you after talking to some of the witnesses.
Question.
Mhm.
Do nobles of different areas know each other or know of each other?
It depends on their specific rank. Like, someone who... Well, why don't you roll me a history check?
Oh, this can be bad. Oh, wait, actually, might not be that bad. 15. No, awful.
All right, so generally, yes, to a degree. Nobles who make a name for themselves either through notoriety or benevolence, they're very well known. But then there's other ones who prefer to sort of keep their names out of things and play in the shadows a little bit more. Those ones won't be more noticed than you would think. But this guy, you don't know who he is, but judging by the badge that he has on, he's probably part of some kind of merchant's guild.
I'm going to stick to the back of the group.
He actually approaches all of you, and he says, he's got like this sort of hooked nose, almost like a crow, a little bit skinny, but a kind face. He says, "My good people, I am sorry you had to see that. The problem has been taken care of swiftly.
We've seen worse.
I don't want to ask what you mean by that. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Artemis Fowler. I am the leader of the guild that holds sway here in the harbor."
Mm-hmm.
Let me just go ahead and write that in here. Yes, like the book series.
Okay.
I was about to say I didn't want to point it out if it was
I
unintentional.
never read them.
I thought they were good. The
know-
movie was dog shit. But
I never read them either, but I know of them.
I read them. I liked them a lot. Which is why I'm upset that this... I love that I've become Robin Hood. Except I'm more anti-tax.
So he says, 1,000 apologies. Tell me, the ship that just arrived, were you on it?
What's it to you?
Well, let's just say I like to keep a hand in all of the comings and goings of everyone here.
No, we weren't.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh man, come on. I'm good at deception too. I was trying
Well,
to do stuff.
it's just Sharali for now, but
I know.
I think Sylvan should give me the help action.
I think eventually we're just gonna have you do it on your own.
Ooh,
What are you doing?
hey! Hell yeah.
I was like, listen, I would help, but I'm trying to keep a low profile right now. So.
Hey, I don't need help right
All
now.
right, so I will roll just so you have it in front of you. His insight check. Okay.
Hey, I still, you know.
Okay, so he says, really, I guess I got my information incorrect.
We traveled in from the south.
I
foot.
see. Tell me, when you were inspecting the body, did you notice anything about it that I should know?
I'm gonna stay quiet now.
Other character, did you guys tell us what happened to the body?
Yeah, because my investigate was shit, so I didn't help.
I mean,
at all.
I didn't learn much else either.
He's basically going to say, the proper procedures will be conducted, of course, but I just want to get some first-hand experience from all of you.
It's nothing that we haven't seen before. Unfortunately, that's all we really know. We noticed veins coming out of their necks.
Veins?
Yes, we believe they kind of
I see the
make
long
us believe
dark.
that they've been touched by the long dark some way.
Yes,
Seems like
that
it.
makes sense.
And
Strange
that's
that-
all we know.
Strange that they would wash up on shore like that. Well, regardless, I do hope you enjoy your stay here at Port. Normally, we don't get too many travelers such as yourselves hitching rides on trade ships. I'm just kidding. I need to
We
retcon that.
we didn't get on a trade trip.
I need to retcon that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was like, didn't we lie?
I'm
Just
sorry.
So that I don't have.
Just
I
implying
just
Sorry,
suck.
Mom.
anyway.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's okay.
I don't know. I don't like this guy being in our business. I don't know if that lie was insignificant in every way, but
I think that Sylvan is looking at this guy like as a personal business opportunity for her. Like, what can I take from this man?
Liliana is literally just trying to stay as far back out of sight as possible. If she has a hood, she's pulling it up over her horns, you know? Like,
the hood is just a solid 7 inches tall.
yep. She gets it specially made to fit over her horns.
So he says, well, no matter your your presence here or your intent, I should warn you that times like these, and he points to the sky and the eclipse, he says, they invite dark deeds. I should hope that all of you will refrain from such acts while you are in these bounds.
Sylvan will just nod up and down, kind of looking the other way though, like looking up into the sky, just nodding her head.
Nothing to
So
see here.
nice.
Yeah.
Guild nods.
Very good. Carry on. And it was lovely meeting all of you. And he walks off towards where the guards are carrying the body, which seems to be back in the direction that you came originally.
Noted.
I'm turning to Sylvan. I don't like that man.
Neither do I. I kind of want to take something from him.
I fully support that endeavor. I hope you know that.
I appreciate it.
continuing
For
on
later, though.
down the beach line, I will say that one thing that you all have just kind of begun to notice is that there are very few pockets of long dark here. You see a couple out on the waters a few hundred feet away from the shoreline, and then maybe one or two small ones as you were approaching the pier. But so far, from what you've seen, which isn't, of course, much of the town, there isn't really any. You are noticing that there are shards scattered in varying lampposts throughout the area. So, let's get you to the Golden Kraken. You continue up the beach line, and you see a slight rise. And to your left is so it's a building that has part stone for its foundations, and then above that is a really pale colored wood that creates the structure of the tavern. And the wood itself is so pale that when the sun hits it, it kind of makes this bright golden color.
Huh. That's cool.
And it's very apparent amidst the rest of the buildings around it. And you see a few people stumble out of the front doors. And as you do, you hear, just a little bit of guffawing and a little bit of music. And I'm assuming everyone goes in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't make me drive you. You guys do what you want.
Best spot to get some information.
And a drink. Drinks.
I don't know if I can drink right now. I do not need the failed constitution.
Right, so as soon as you
Oh, look at all
approach,
these people.
you got, you guys can put your tokens right here.
1 second, maybe. Okay.
Yep. Everyone
no,
seems to
crazy.
have arrived for presumably breakfast and a morning ale. Or wine. Or mead.
Or mead.
Why not all?
Mead? I'm going to have some mead.
So you step up a small set of stairs onto a wooden porch area with several tables and chairs. There's already a number of patrons outside, sitting, sipping drinks. And you go inside, and immediately on your left, there is a small stage made out of cobblestone. There's a couple of benches on it, and this is probably where the bard will situate themselves and perform. There's a large number of tables, both long wooden ones as well as smaller dark wooded circular ones with chairs around them. There's several patrons inside. Not too many, but enough to, you're not alone. And the barkeep behind the bar says, "Hey, welcome, folks. Go ahead and take a seat anywhere you like, and I'll be right by."
Okay.
I'd like to go and sit at the bar and talk to the barkeep.
Of course.
As I do.
Can I do like a general vibe check of the room just to see if anybody's like acting out of sorts or?
Give me an insight.
Yeah, can I do the same?
Sure.
What's the vibe stats?
5 check. Insight.
Good thing I got advantage.
Where's insight?
That's the best roll I've had all night.
I keep rolling 5s
My God.
Fun
every
little,
single time.
fun little aside, the monster I just created has an ability where you get disadvantage on your saving throws, and every single ability that has requires you to make saving throws.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
So
Jesus Christ.
Child cruelty.
No, it's fine. You're good. Don't worry.
That
It's
is
all
a
good.
very
Another
interesting way
fucking
of
monster
putting
that
that.
we have to fight here.
It's all good. No, I'll think about it. Maybe. We'll see.
The barkeep turns into a swamp monster.
Barjeep just starts crying. Everything goes silent. Anyways. So, first glance, Sylvan, it seems this is just the time of day where people are just getting their routine out of the way and then going on their daily tasks.
Got it.
You don't see that too many of them are paying attention to you, other than the few that just, it's just an innocent glance here or there. Nothing really born of malice or hatred or anything like that. And then, Geld, you're looking around. There's this sort of underlying tone. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it's almost as if some of them are deliberately avoiding your gaze. Like they're insistent upon going about whatever they're doing, deliberately not looking at you, as if you don't matter.
Well, I'm keeping a mental note of that.
Why is there something suspect in every single time? Oh my god.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. Suspect could mean many different things. I mean, these are also strangers to you. They don't know you. This is probably a tight-knit community, and it's also a melting pot of a bunch of different people. So with that, you're going to get a lot of bad apples. So when people just give you a look, they're probably sizing you up, not just for the sake of their own survival, but for the sake of the community.
Liliana is gonna turn to Geld and be like, "This is so exciting. I've never been to a tavern before."
Sharali, you saunter on up to the bar.
I outwardly chuckle like that when Liliana says that.
Okay. So you take a seat. The stool is of this old dark wood, and sitting upon it, there's a creek. And the barkeep just comes right up to you, puts a glass down underneath the bar, and throws a towel over his shoulder. He says, "What can I get you?"
Quick aside question: does coffee exist in this universe?
We're gonna go ahead and say no, but tea does.
That is fine. All right. I'm gonna look up and say, "Good morning, sir." Unfortunately, the libations aren't going to start so early for me today, but
Oh, that's okay.
any hot tea that you could provide would be much appreciated.
Of course, I got a nice herbal blend on the pot now. Is that okay?
Sounds lovely. Thank you very much.
And for you, miss? Looks
I
over
will
at you.
have. I heard you have mead. Is this true?
Oh, yeah, mead. Some of the finest in, really, that comes through the port. I'd like to buy a cask or two from some merchants from time to time. At least when they
I'll
come
have one
from.
of those, please.
Okay. You looking for a full one? And he winks at you.
I'm going to go with a half one. Because I'm tiny anyway. I'm like 5 feet tall.
Okay, not a problem. And you're getting a good look at this guy. He's kind of like a somewhat gaunt older man. And he goes to the other side of the bar and grabs a couple of mugs and fills them up with your prospective drinks. And he walks back over and he says, it's going to be 2 silver.
I'll
Happily.
hand that over.
Thank you kindly. I haven't seen any of you before here. You new around here?
Relatively.
Could
We've been
say
here
so.
for a little while. Yeah.
Are you
We're
two
just
together?
checking the place out, exploring around. Yes, we're together. This is my friend.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm gonna lean over to Sylvan. Does he think we're lovers?
I don't know.
If you rolled an insight check, you would know that he's
Oh my
definitely
God.
serious.
Could
my
we be
God.
lovers?
Hang on.
Would that be? Oh, that's what.
Oh my god.
Emma.
My rolls are shit.
Sharali. So, Sylvan, you're like, what does
With
he
an
mean by
insight
that? And then
way over
Sharali's
my
like,
head.
oh my god.
With an insight that often eludes me.
Okay.
What's this guy think? Do tell.
So he doesn't really quite care. It seems, anyways. You're just a paying customer, and you know he seems to just enjoy all forms of love.
Okay, excellent.
The nat 20 insight, you peer into his soul.
I'm just gonna go to drink my mead now.
I'm gonna lean over and be like, I'm gonna whisper to someone. Okay, hypothetically speaking, here, if we play along with whatever this guy thinks, could that be advantageous to us?
I think that Sylvan is gonna be like covering her face because she's gonna be like kind of blushing after finally figuring out what happened, and she'll just be like, "Yeah, sure, advantageous, definitely. Let's do it."
I'm gonna kiss Sylvan's cheek and then go back to how I was sitting.
Well, ain't that nice? He said, and then he'll say, "Say you two look like adventurers or mercenaries, maybe. Maybe you're not interested."
No,
You
no.
know, sir.
What are you talking
Yeah, do tell. But after you extend this offer, I have perhaps a more serious question to ask you. But please, yes, we are adventurers. Do tell.
Well, so the bordering forest, just to the south of us, kind of protects the south side of the town a little bit from those who might be out on the run. And by that, you think he means the landscape known as Champions Run. It's a long stretch of landscape that runs from Stormreach all the way to the western side of this continent. If I can reiterate here with a little bit of a glance at the world map. So, literally, from here all the way, yep, this is all one big stretch of landscape that is flanked by forest and water and mountains.
Wow.
If any of you want to roll me a quick history check.
I'll have to be proficient in it.
No, actually.
Damn, this is the third 5 in a row that I have rolled.
That's not bad.
This is my worst roll tonight.
I haven't
Jesus.
rolled a nat.
What is happening?
I
We
haven't
are
rolled
doing
a-
so badly.
Sylvan is extremely distracted by the fact that this seemed to have hated her probably a couple days ago.
So,
Is suddenly leaning over and pretending to be a couple.
Yeah.
luckily, Sharali has a bit of information here.
Okay, great.
So, once you leave Stormreach Port, you're technically in, for lack of a different phrase, you're in no man's land. Champions Run is infested. Sorry, that's the wrong word. Champions Run is occupied by denizens of the Bloodfire encampment. They're essentially a tribe of nomads that have seized control of the upper regions of this continent. They have proven a problem to the Lords of Talendor. And in fact, there's a very shaky truce going on between them right now. Because there are some pockets of the nomads of the Bloodfire encampment that insist upon banditry and just thievery and just, blockades where normal trade routes might be, robbing of caravans, stuff like that. There's been a lot of very tumultuous and not quite solid diplomacy going on between the two parties, but as of right now, everything's up in the air. If you leave Stormreach Port, there's a good chance you might be beset upon by either bandits or what have you.
Okay.
Consider this southern region of Elisara kind of a bit more chaotic than what you're used to.
Wonderful.
And I have to say it's best to say that they're not on good terms with the Warden.
No, they are not. In fact, according to Warden principles, they are a direct opposition to those of the light.
Got it.
It's not as if you're supposed to go out and kill them outright, but they tend to be towards that end of the spectrum.
But
And
it
if
wouldn't be extremely frowned upon.
No. In fact, there are many instances where wardens have encountered such individuals and it ended in bloodshed. It all depends on the context. So, with that being said, let's get you back to the map.
Coming back to this man's offer.
The Golden Kraken. So he says, well, there's a caravan of nomads that have set up a blockade just on the outskirts of the forest. None of the merchants can get out and trade with the other outposts. It's becoming a problem, especially for me here at the business. There's of course the locals, but that's all I got. Most of my clientele have decided not to stop in at all, what with the problems going on.
And I suppose what you're asking is for us to
If you wouldn't
remove
mind.
this problem for you. Oh, I see.
You see, there's just a lot going on. We don't need to worry so much about not being able to travel where we need to survive.
Totally understand that. Tell you what, let us talk it over with the rest of our party, and we will come back in a few minutes.
Oh, please do. I'll be here.
This barkeep really said love wins.
All right. Yeah, I think we need to go over and discuss this with everybody, because that's a big commitment.
Yeah. I want to ask, can I just ask the guy about my sister really quick?
Sure.
Probably not going to
Yep.
have useful information, but I might as well ask.
You may.
So, sir, if
Yeah.
I might ask one more thing. Have you seen at all recently a woman looks exactly like me, probably 4 inches taller?
He looks you up and down and he goes, Actually, you do resemble someone I saw not a few days ago. She came in looking for someone. Seemed to-
Someone.
sitting at that table right over there. And he points to, like, this one right here. Yeah, it was just a stranger. Wore a hood. I couldn't really see his face. You said it was your sister?
I didn't say anything.
No, I'm as the DM. I'm trying to recall what you said.
I did. Well, all I said was a woman that looks exactly like
Okay,
me.
all right,
but
all right,
but a
perfect.
few inches taller.
No, okay, so he'll say, "Yeah, I sat down with him right over there." But that's all I remember.
Well, thank you, sir. You've been an excellent help. I'll go over and discuss it with my partner and adventuring party. Goodbye, and I'm gonna rush away. with my
Perfect.
tea.
So you all regroup at the small table there. What do you discuss?
I will mention the quest that this barkeep was mentioning to us about taking down some nomads that have been basically bottlenecking the trade routes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be able to say. Whoever you guys think is best.
Well, of course, we can also continue questioning people here, too. There's people that we haven't spoken with.
I would very much like to ask, because the barkeep just said that he saw possibly my sister, unless he thinks all tieflings look alike, which could be very well possible. But
You know, that is something that I have noticed, is that a lot of people do seem to think that we're all the same.
okay, you're purple. I don't think you get much room to talk.
Though, if you all try to talk, some of them might be apprehensive. I notice some of them clearly looking away whenever I glance.
These two individuals get up and walk out.
We're tired of waiting.
Who got up and walked out?
Just
Two
it looks like a
individuals.
couple, a woman and a man, roughly middle-aged. The female was a half-elf, the other was a human. They were wearing just average clothing.
Someone want to go and investigate that, or do I need to?
Not everything has to be a mystery.
Not everything has to be a mystery. This is true. I'm just going to point out not to forward my own self-interest, although I suppose it is me forwarding my own self-interest. But this has been a bit of a chase that I've been on, and this is the shortest length of time that I've been able to catch up with her, so I'd rather not lose her if she's still in Stormreach. I would be happy to help this man out with this blockade. Just perhaps, could we investigate a little before we possibly put our lives at stake for a mere trade route?
I mean, we did tell her we would help her find her sister.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes, you're my fake partner now. You have to support me, right?
That's right, yeah.
Big partner?
Let's just say
Um,
this barkeep, more tolerant than anyone I've ever met before. But perhaps I'm meeting all the wrong kinds of people.
this moment you guys see a door to the side open up, and a big sort of brutish man carrying a keg kind of walks out and around the front of the stage, looks at a couple of the patrons and also at you, just nods. Morning. Walks
Morning.
by. And out the door.
If that's his husband, I swear to God.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do?
I don't know who to ask in this tavern though, and I don't want to scare anyone off.
Well, who was pointing at the table with the ruler earlier? This one right here. Wasn't somebody
That was
messing
me.
around right there?
I just messed around to just point that was the table he was.
Like, maybe we should go talk to these people.
I feel like that's the only start I got.
So go ahead.
You might have carved something into the table.
I'm right behind you.
I need
Well, this
to
was my-
use the bathroom real quick. We can take a small $5 here, and you guys can discuss truly what you want to do, because this might matter.
I'll be right back.
So
Hang on a sec.
here was. I'll run my plan by whoever's still here. My very bad plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. If I walk, I keep saying my sister and I look exactly the same, which is true. But what if I go out and disguise myself in an outfit that I know she would wear, or that I've seen her wear before, and make myself a few inches taller, because I can do that with disguise self, and see if anyone in the tavern recognizes me?
That is a possibility.
Bad idea, good idea.
I think it's more like a wait and see. I mean, wait and find out idea. You do it, and we wait to see the reaction. Could be bad, could be good. Who knows?
I'm just like, I've had the ability to do disguise self without expending a spell slot this entire time, and I've never gotten to use it. So this is partly me wanting to use disguise self because I haven't been able to use it this entire time. Because I've never had a need to.
I'll say whatever you think is best.
Yep.
I don't know. Usually I have a bunch of stupid ideas, so...
I'm good with whatever.
Hey, you got backup in case anything happens.
I do, this is true.
Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? Sorry.
The possibility of me using a disguise self to look exactly like my sister, because I do look exactly like her. Except shorter.
Oh.
And more modestly dressed.
That's a good idea. I like that.
I like
I'm
that
just
more
having
modestly dressed. I feel like that's a dig that a sister would definitely make up.
I think that Sylvan would definitely be very excited about you using a disguise.
Well, I've had this disguise self ability where I can use the spell without using a spell slot.
Hmm.
And I've never been able to use it before.
Well, now
So I've
you're-
been waiting. I've been waiting for the opportunity. Well, I didn't know if it was a stupid idea or not.
Now is your time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. You won't.
I'll get. I mean, it's very shenanigan-y. But hey, I think it's a smarter choice than me kicking a magical door. So
Just remember what Zim said, and your choice may matter. So just be careful.
I know the choice may matter.
No pressure or anything like that,
Well, I'm just like, alternatively, what happens? These people know something that might be a secret and then not tell me.
They think you're your sister and try to hurt you or gain something from you.
This is also true.
What if
But
they kidnapped her already, and then they see you walk up, and they're like, "What the hell?"
That's a
see
good
me as
point.
my sister walk up?
Yeah.
And I feel like we look similar enough that I could walk up and it would be just as jarring.
We'll see
Possibly.
what happens.
So, I'll just walk up as myself. No disguise self today, I guess.
All right, so do you guys at least order, I don't know, food and enough beverage to get your rations done for the day?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I order a cupcake that says Loveland.
He doesn't have any cupcakes. Sorry. He has bread. He has bread, which is kind of a cupcake, just not.
It's a cupcake
It's without any
with hard
real
breath and you
sugar
turn
in
your head to the side.
It's really big and spongy versus really small and somewhat firm, but also spongy.
We bake bread that says Lovelands.
Anyways, so after eating, getting your fill, this is not an inn, so you will probably have to go to another location to find a place to stay for the night. However, you mentioned something about disguise.
No, I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I'm kicking it around.
Well,
We're all in support of it.
let me put it to you this way. The risk of becoming your sister, at least for the time being, in disguise, is probably going to definitely get you a good reward, but there is going to be that underlying risk. You don't know what your sister was into. You don't know who she was in league with, the deeds she was doing, how she ended up becoming sort of not part of, but interested in the long dark and the things that its mysteries and such. But you do know that there's a possibility, a risk that comes along with it, where she might have made enemies.
This is true.
Because as you know, there's heretics out there who are using the long dark to further their goals. So on
Risk it
and
for the
so forth.
biscuit.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
also over here, like, do her and I look similar enough for me to subtly freak people out?
What's your backstory say? Are you like absolute twins?
That's what I've been saying pretty much this entire campaign. I don't know if I ever wrote down what she looks like, but pretty much since the beginning, I've been like a woman that looks almost exactly like me, but a little bit taller.
I would say there's a good chance you will be mistaken for her.
Okay, so
It's probably like a 70% chance.
I will kind of bend my head down at the table and mess up my hair to kind of make it look like hers. And then I'll go walk up to the other table.
Oh man.
Unbutton a few buttons.
Show your chest a little bit.
Hike my skirt up a little bit, you know.
I don't want to full put on a Marcira outfit because it's a little much for me.
Hey, we don't know what your
But,
sister was into.
But like on my tunic a little bit, I'll pull it down just a tiny bit. Pull my belt a little bit tighter.
I think Sylvan is insinuating that your sister might have been into some you know, like street corner stuff.
What a shit.
No, I'm just
A
kidding.
woman of the night,
If that's not what
or
I've
a
been
man of the night,
implying,
whichever.
maybe not woman of the night level, but like
A woman of
a
the
person
evening.
a person that liked to party. Not necessarily get paid to party, but
No, I think.
someone who would.
Did you, if I want to recall correctly here, and going forward with all this, Sharali / Emma, you did say that I would have full reign over your sister's personality.
Yeah, true. This is true.
Oh boy.
All right.
So
Well, let me just
did
tell
you
you,
say?
I'm not going to make her some street rat.
Sounds great. That wasn't the goal. This was just girl. This was just girl likes to take pride in her appearance.
This is going to be
And
full on like soul sucking drama.
Oh, great.
And with that, let us say that you enjoy your meals, full of bread and cheese and meats.
Yay.
Food.
Wash it
Right.
down with some salty, some kind of beer. Just lower the water content in your body and just kill you.
And mead. Don't forget the mead.
Yep.
Hey, I'm drinking tea. I'm staying.
Speaking of
I'm
meat,
staying sober tonight.
I put the spices in my meat. I can't wait to drink it.
When does that happen?
I'm probably aiming for about a year from now.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Mm.
So, hopefully next time, next year this time, I will be able to toast.
Hmm.
And
Question.
yes,
When you make alcoholic mead, do you run the same risk as people who like can and do pickles for like botulism?
actually no, because wine has a higher alcohol content, and therefore bacteria like that cannot grow.
Okay.
Yep.
This
Actually,
is
any
now
real, I mean, I don't know the actual level of alcohol that kills off bacteria. I think it's very minuscule levels, but I know that there's certain kinds of bacteria that can grow with alcohol, and that's actually what will produce some off flavors and different textures to the actual final product when you drink it. Like there's ones that'll make it taste like butterscotch, and some will make it taste like
Wait, but
acetone.
The
Or-
butterscotch actually sounds good.
or vinegar. I mean, there are some variations of alcohol that are deliberately made to taste like butterscotch just to enhance the actual flavors and compounds that are in it. So, yes, there's a lot of stuff, intricacies to go with alcohol.
This is now going to be a winemaking class from now on, guys.
No. But just know that I have wildflower honey mead with cardamom, coriander, and black pepper infusing into it.
Gonna be good.
So, I am taking a road trip to New England next year.
You I mean, you can. Have you ever had mead before?
Nope.
It's so good.
It's delicious. Anyways,
Alcoholic beverage.
Anyway,
yeah, I won't drink it for at least 2 years of age, if not more. I have it sitting
anyway,
in my
I'm
glass.
gonna walk up to the table.
Okay, walking up to the table.
Walk up to the table while I'm like Marcerified.
So you guys see Sharali get up from her seat after tussling her hair, and she walks up to this table of just total random strangers. Do any of you do anything in response to this?
as random strangers do.
I'm keeping an eye on it.
Okay. Well,
These people look suspect, but it's fine.
so there's 5 people sitting at the table, just a mix of just the usual. There's 2 elves, both of them are the female characters sitting at the table, and then there's 3 men. 2 of them look like they are sailors, because they also smell of salt as you approach, and they look a little tanned and leathery. And they're sipping their beverages, and they're kind of laughing with each other. And one of them makes a bit of a joke as you approach, and they're laughing. And as soon as they see you step up, they just go silent. What do you do?
Can I insight check?
What are you what are you inciting?
They all of a sudden got silent.
There's silence.
Completely stopped their conversation. I want to know if it's because I'm a stranger or because they recognize me.
You do know that this could probably happen just on the regular.
Sure.
But go ahead with the insight.
Let me know what I'm adventuring.
I know.
Oh, yep.
So
Incredible.
they're just, they're curious. Hey, there's this person that we don't know that just showed up to our table, and their hair looks really weird.
More chaotic than usual. So I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Pardon the interruption, friends. I arrived on a boat in town today, and I would like to ask the locals something. I've just recently accepted an adventuring request, and I would like. I'm building a profile of information before I go out. If it is all right with you all, might I ask some questions? I promise I'll be brief."
The elven blonde woman who's sitting closest to you on the right, she just says, "Of course. Don't mind these four. They're just a little drunk." And they actually raise their mugs, and they're just like, and she just says, "What is it you need?"
I'm told there's a denizen creating a blockade just outside of the forest.
Oh, yes.
Do you know of anyone that has tried to disband this blockade? Any methods that seem to have not worked?
We've heard of a few that attempted force, attempted diplomacy. None of them worked. Quite formidable crew, from what I hear. Why do you ask?
Well, this is quite embarrassing. I found myself on something of a cross-continent road trip. You see, I'm trying to gather funds to send a formal search party out for my sister.
Oh my god, your sister's missing?
She has been for a number of months, yes.
I'm truly sorry.
You wouldn't have happened to see a woman that looks remarkably similar to me, have you? I'm told she was near this port quite recently.
Not me. No, I'm sorry. She looks to the others as well, the ones that she's sitting with. And they also kind of shake their heads no.
Fuck. Okay.
And she says, we're actually just travelers like you. We're here for a short while, and then we're back on our way.
Adventurers, are you?
Not quite. Merchants, traders.
I'm gonna, briefly glance over my shoulder and go, traders of what exactly? I happen to have a friend of mine who's in possession of some fine goods.
Oh, really? Elios here, and she points across the table to the guy who's sitting directly across from her, right here.
Mm-hmm.
That is not his real picture, because there are other tokens on this map that resemble his exact portrait. So we're going to get him a very personal portrait here, because now that you've discovered him, he might be a personal fence/contact if you have enough diplomacy.
Excellent.
So she says, let me just put it here. Elios the Fence. So she says, he dabbles in a number of things, don't you? and you hear him just go, "Ow!" And you see kind of beneath your gaze, there's a little bit of a shift underneath the table, and you can see this woman's foot hit his shin. And he says, yeah. He looks a little drunk. What you got for sale?
I'm gonna like fully look over my shoulder to Sylvan and be like, "Come on, come here."
I'll run over.
My friend here, I'm a point to Sylvan as she's running over, happens to be in the possession of some of the finest artwork that I've seen in my, I admit, rather short lifetime, but quite lovely art. Should fetch you a lovely price, should you be willing to make a bargain with her.
You got it on you.
I'll pull those out and show it to him. Not really knowing what they were about, and considering I'm not going to try and like deceive him, considering he's a fence.
Yeah, I mean, you got the quality stuff here, and in fact, he seems, even in his drunken state, to see quality. And he smiles a bit, the crook of his mouth upturns, and he says, "Some good pieces there. I'll give you 80%. How's that sound? How many you got?"
I have two of them right now. Three. I'm sorry, I have 3.
So that's 80%. So that's going to be what, 20? Is that 26? Can't remember. He'll give you 26 gold pieces for both.
For all 3.
Oh, all 3. Shit. So that's going to be they were worth
25 each.
Yeah, I was going to say. So I was just remembering, and that's probably going to be about, let's go with 60 gold. That works.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to give 30 to Sharali. Here, your cut.
Please,
Yeah.
you don't have to.
Pleasure.
Oh God.
This
And
guy's
the-
gonna like blow up everywhere soon.
The other two that are sitting above the blonde woman, they're just kind of laughing, uncontrollably in a way. Like they're drunk too, but maybe nowhere near as much as this trader.
Mm.
And then the other guy who's sitting quiet at the corner here, he's just sipping his ale, and he's got just as many beverages, or at least empty ones, in front of him as the others. But he is not exhibiting the traits of someone who is drunk.
Every time you say drunk, it just makes me think drunk, like the name. And I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, from earlier, yeah.
I'm sorry, my ears don't want to listen.
Trust me, I did the
wanna-
same thing when he first gave me his name. I was like, okay.
Drunk got drunk.
That's going to make things interesting.
I want to look at him and kind of do my weird staring, like bright yellow eyes that I've been doing that freaks everyone out. And I want to look at him and be like, if you and your fellow travelers have been in town for only a few days, are you certain you didn't see anyone perhaps coming into the port with you on the ship?
I assume you're asking the fence.
No, I'm looking at the guy who doesn't
This one?
seem to be drunk, even though, yeah,
Okay.
the weird one, the extra weird one.
So, he continues to sip his drink, and at the same time, he doesn't even want to. He doesn't seem interested in answering your questions.
Mm.
He just continues to keep drinking. Sometimes a little bit of a smile on his face.
For the record, this guy was like talking before I came up to the table, right?
This one? No.
This guy's an asshole.
Okay.
Why aren't you answering the lady's questions?
He looks to you as well, Sylvan, and doesn't say a word. And that's when this woman in the back, who's also been kind of silent, chimes in. She says, "He doesn't talk. He hasn't for quite some time."
I see.
Does he move his hands? He could have gestured.
There's no need to be rude. He just doesn't
We don't-
communicate in the way that you do.
We don't mean to be rude, ma'am. It's only that I'm rather desperate, you see.
I
This is the
understand.
furthest. This is the furthest I've ever been away from home, and all I really desire is to find her and return home. So any way in which I can find where she may have been, where she might be going, it's of the utmost importance to me. I mean no offense. I mean no offense. I just want to know.
You can see she generally has a look of compassion on her face. She says, "My dear, I think I can speak for the rest of us in that we haven't seen the one you're looking for. But maybe we can help."
Yes. What do you mean?
Well, there's this. She looks to the others, maybe a little concerned, a little not very contrite in things, like she's about to reveal a secret that might cause her harm. And she says, "Well, the ones who are blockading the roads, the ones who are stealing from all of us hard-working individuals, there are stories, you see, that they're blessed by something unnatural.
How so?
These tribes, they worship something that gives them power. Every effort that we've attempted to bring about peace for this area, it's all been in vain. At least that's what I hear. We're merely just travelers trying to make our own way.
Thank you for the information.
And as far as your acquaintance, the one you described as looking like yourself, I have not seen her. And she looks to the others as well that are sitting with her, and they all kind of, again, with the no expressions. You may insight if you wish.
I was about to say, I 100% think they're lying, but... Okay.
You have
That's
been
not
rolling so well today. I think you're
Watch
taking
this.
all of our rolls.
I'm right next
Sylvan.
to her. I'm gonna do the same thing, and my
Yeah,
roll is gonna be
please.
absolute shit. Watch this.
No, it's not. No,
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
try to.
10's average. Geld's okay. Geld, from afar, you're assessing the situation. It's not hostile, but there's certainly a sort of there's an aura about it. There's tension, and you can kind of overhear a little bit as they're talking, and with Sharali's insight, they're not hostile in any way. They're simply caught in the same circumstance that you are, it seems. Not necessarily in the same way, but the magnitude. Everyone is going their own route. They have their own problems. The eclipse is causing a lot of stuff to go down. You don't know the lives that people lead. Geld, your insight, however, reveals an urgency. There's some body language that they're all exhibiting that makes you feel like they're maybe in a hurry for something.
You can keep note of that.
So anyway, Sharali, Sylvan, there's no real indication on your end that would give you insight towards their motives.
Okay. Dang.
I'm gonna look at them and go, thank you for the information. I suppose now it's my moral responsibility to ask if there's anything I can do to help you all along your journey. As it might align somewhat with mine. Have you all come to end this blockade? Would it be of any interest to you all?
So with that, you see the elven female take a large bite of her food, and she starts to cough a little bit, and she brings her hand up to her mouth and just like coughs into it and starts to bend over, and she's bringing her head down, and she, at the same time that she does this, kind of motions with her hand to bring yourself closer.
Okay.
You specifically, Sharali.
Okay.
She just like
Sure.
is feigning some kind of malady.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, oh, by the power of Floor, let me heal you. And I'm gonna bend.
Okay. Okay, I
By
like it.
Floor's holy light.
Eldritch Blast.
I'm gonna kneel down on the floor and go by her.
And it's at this moment that she reaches kind of nonchalantly to her waist, and she slips a piece of parchment into your hand.
I'm gonna thaumaturgy some light in my hands to look like I'm healing her or something to provide more cover.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds very, very good.
All right, I'm gonna. So she gives that to me. I now have a random piece of parchment, I guess.
You immediately, it's small. It's like
Okay.
torn from a much larger piece of parchment, it seems. And
Okay.
in sort of this one fell swoop, you look at it and you unfold it with one finger, and it says in hastily written text, "Stop looking or you'll vanish too."
Oh,
And that's where we're going to call it tonight.
oh fuck! No. Fuck. Oh god.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Guess I'll vanish too. That's fine.
So I totally forgot to have you roll perception checks for this, but she was actually kind of feigning her own shit when you were talking to the quiet guy. She was hastily under the table writing a small note.
Oh,
Oh god. That's wild. Okay.
that's pretty crazy. Good episode.
That's fucking insane. Oh god.
You guys are tapping into the darker side of Elisara now. The untamed stuff, the wild.
Hmm.
Now I'm really like, what the hell has she been up to? Like, what kind of crazy shit has Marcera been doing? that she's into people that are leaving like jigsaw style. He's like, stop looking. Like, dude.
She'll find
know,
out
what
soon
about
enough.
I'm like, I don't know what about this wild goose chase suggests that I'm stopping now. I've invested too much time into this. I'm like, vanish too? Okay, that's fine. Life didn't have much meaning before anyway, so.
And there you have it. Let us call it for the evening.
Yeah.
Yep. Good episode.
All right.
I liked it.
Fun.
Dramatic ass ending. All right.
Hey,
Have a good night, everyone.
take it easy.
Bye.
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 Peace.